And today, we take another important step forward in our fight against hate. For years, Muslims in America and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks. As a result of the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, we have seen an uptick in anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab, anti-Semitic, and Islamophobic incidents across America, including the brutal attack of a Palestinian-American woman who was Muslim and the killing of her 6-year-old son. A senseless act of violence that the Department of Justice is investigating as a hate crime. For so many people in our nation, the past few days and weeks have brought about all too familiar fears. Fears that they will be targeted, profiled, or attacked simply because of who they are, how they worship, or how they look. And so today, I am proud to announce the Biden-Harris administration will develop our nation's first national strategy to counter Islamophobia. This strategy will be a comprehensive and detailed plan to protect Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim from hate, bigotry, and violence, and to address the concern that some government policies may discriminate against Muslims. For example, the so-called Muslim ban, which President Biden revoked on our first day in office.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So, guys, Joe Biden just made a decision so wrong and so crazy that this might actually be the thing that ends his presidency in 2024. And but before we get into it, guys, thank you to everyone that's been subscribing and leaving such great comments. Really appreciate the support. Building a great community, man. And if you haven't joined us already, help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. So yeah, I knew that the left was unhinged. I knew that they were crazy. I knew that a lot of them were violent ideologues. But honestly, I never, ever, ever imagined that they would be outwardly and unapologetically attacking and threatening Jewish people. But it's happening. It's happening at synagogues. It's happening on college campuses. Anti-Semitic attacks in the U.S. are up 400%, man. And just to blow your mind with a stat, Jewish folks, Jewish Americans, they make up less than 3% of our population. But even before all this mess, they account for 60% of all religiously motivated hate crimes. That is insane. That is truly insane. And it's just unsustainable. Can't be that. That cannot be. And what's Joe Biden's response to all this? Well, as the young people all over social media, they're promising that they're not going to vote for who they're now calling Genocide Joe. So what's he going to do? Well, have a look.
Well, Lawrence is at the world-famous Second Avenue Deli because it was a target of anti-Semitism recently with the swastika, and he just talked to somebody who had seen somebody else put swastikas up across the street from him. Yesterday, in the face of that, in the wake of the FBI director coming out and talking about how we are seeing anti-Semitism at an historically high level. Same day that 21-year-old engineering student up at Cornell was charged with making threats to slit people's throats, Jewish people, and rape them, the vice president of the United States announced a big plan. Is it about anti-Semitism? No, it's about Muslims and protecting them. Watch this.
For years, Muslims in America and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks. As a result of the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, we have seen an uptick in anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab, anti-Semitic, and Islamophobic incidents across America. This strategy will be a comprehensive and detailed plan to protect Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim from hate, bigotry, and violence.
And that is tone deaf, a lot of people say, because it's like, look at all the anti-Semitism, and now they're talking about that. Perhaps part of it is the fact that a new poll came out from the Arab American Institute that shows that Joe Biden's support with Arab Americans is at 17%. 40% said that they would vote for Donald Trump. And here's the thing. concerned Democrats from the state of Michigan are calling the White House saying if the policy is going to be we're 100% behind Israel, you're going to lose support. If that is true, and if the president is putting, and the White House, putting re-election above what is in the United States' best interest, that is wrong.
You know, I don't even think tone deaf describes that well enough. You create a council to combat Islamophobia.
Yeah, so there you freaking have it, man. What in the hell is wrong with these people, man? People are protesting in the streets in support of literal terrorists, and they're literally being arrested for threatening and attacking their Jewish neighbors. And this is how the White House addresses it? I mean, Ducey on Fox, he freaking nailed it, man. This is without a doubt. This is about politics. This is not about people. And tone deaf is not even how you could possibly explain this. American Jews are literally living in terror. Parents, they're having to set up armed freaking guards for kids' bar mitzvahs. And as far as I know, no one is marching in the streets and threatening Muslims. And if they were, I'm pretty sure that we'd have 24/7 cover-to-cover coverage. And, you know, and this is what the White House does, man. They establish a council to combat Islamophobia. And honestly, it does not make sense. You know, especially if politics really are their end goal, right? Because for some insane reason, American Jews vote almost overwhelmingly for the Democratic Party. And honestly, I've never been able to understand that or figure that out. Guys, let me know in the comments if you have that figured out. But it's a fact. They do. And Joe, you know, he's not smart enough to care about that anymore. He cares about staying on the good side and on the good graces of the few radicals that really do control the base. You know, they are placating terror sympathizers instead of protecting and comforting their fearful citizens. And I really hope that, you know, A, nothing goes bad here. I hope that no one actually gets hurt in all of this. And B, you know, I really do truly hope that this, you know, doesn't just cost him the presidency, but I hope that it really, 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 truly wakes people up to who they found themselves almost overnight supporting a party that doesn't want them anymore and probably never, ever did. But anyway, guys, that's just my take. Let me know yours in the comments. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. And we'll see you in the next one.